Hello, Singapland. My name is Michael Graglia, and this is episode 207 of the Cure Singap1 podcast. Today is Friday, May 8th. We are in the 19th week of the year 2026. I know I just did a pod 2 days ago, so you might be surprised that I'm doing another one. But let me tell you, yesterday was a very big day for Singap. You may or may not know why. You may think I'm talking about our video, which I will get to, but that's not what I'm talking about. I want to remind you that the strategy of Cure Gap 1 has always been to de-risk SingGap, to get industry to invest in SingGap, to bring their expertise, to bring their capital, to bring their networks, to bring their armies of employees to work on SingGap 1. And for us to do that, we have made it easier to work on SingGap 1. We have organized the community. We have been very public. We've been incredibly collaborative. We call people back. When there was too many people for me to call back, we hired more people. We had Catherine. We have Virginie now. We've always had Lauren, thank God. So we are building the team. We are working on the science. We are activating the community. We are constantly asking you to take part in studies. And that is to make it easier for industry to focus on and invest in SingGap 1. And that is how we take the millions of dollars we've raised. We've given more than $8 million over the past year. So round numbers, $1 million a year, right? Which we've asked for from you and taken from you and used to make this organization work. So by granting $8 million a year to scientists and partners, and by keeping our team functioning, we have worked hard to encourage industry to work on SingGap 1. And it would be a fair question, is that working? How are we doing on that, Mike? Well, yesterday, three biotech companies posted earnings reports, three of them, and all of them talked about SingGap 1. And I'm going to read those to you right now. And I'm also going to tell you how much money these companies have in the bank. Because if you remember the early days when I was so excited about CAMP4, I was super excited, but I was like, these guys don't have any money in the bank. That's not true anymore. So the first results I want to read came from CAMP4. They have $99 million in the bank, so they got runway. The link is in the show notes to their press release. Let me read this quote. This is verbatim out of their press release. We have made significant progress year to date against our goal of bringing a potential first-in-class treatment for SYNGAP1 related disorder into the clinic, said Josh Mandel Brown, president and CEO of CAMP4. Josh and I did a fireside chat interview at the end of the conference last year. It's available on our YouTube channel. Quote, we submitted our first regulatory filing for CMP002 in Australia, which positions us to initiate a global first-in-human phase 1/2 clinical trial in the second half of 2026. Additional filings with global regulatory agencies are planned through 2026. We are also excited to support the PROMISE study through Cure SYNGAP 1 and invest in the foundational science that will further validate our understanding of the natural history of SYNGAP 1 and advance meaningful, potentially disease-modifying medicines for all patients affected by this disease. End quote. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for filing in Australia and telling us you want to start phase 1/2 clinical trials this year. Congratulations to our friends in Australia. You might remember in episode 206, I was like, maybe they're going to start in Australia. I actually didn't know this press release was coming out, but you guys got to listen to me. Anyway, this is amazing. A company has filed with a regulator in a country saying they want to start disease modifying therapies for our patients this year. Exceptionally exciting news. Phase 1/2 clinical trial. That is real patients that will be dosed with real medicine. Um, Additional filings with global regulatory agencies are planned throughout 2026. That means it's not going to be just Australia. They're going to do it in Australia and other places. We will wait and see for them to tell us where those places are. But as a Singapian, as a parent of a Singapian, as somebody who desperately needs better medicine for our children, this is amazing. Only way this could be better is if there were other companies doing this, because competition is good for the patient. Competition drives for better products. Competition affects pricing. Competition affects everything. Guess what? Stoke Therapeutics yesterday, in their press release, they've got $400 million in the bank, by the way, because they're working on Dravet. A lot of money sloshing around over there. Quote, lead optimization is underway to identify a clinical candidate for the treatment of SYNGAP1 in 2026. SYNGAP1 is a severe and rare genetic neurodevelopmental disease. Amen. Go Stoke. We've been talking about Stoke for a very long time. Stoke's been thinking and working on SYNGAP1 for a very long time. Stoke, as a reminder, is 50-50 on this project with Acadia. All very exciting things. Let's stay tuned and watch what's going on with Stoke. Praxis Precision Medicine, who, by the way, has the Emerald study with relutrigine and is doing a lot with a lot of diseases. They have grown tremendously lately. They have 1.4 billion with a B in the bank. Praxis remains on track to nominate a development candidate for each of its three early stage ASO therapeutic initiatives in the first half of 2026. Hey guys, first half of 2026, you got like 6, maybe 7 weeks left. Prax 080 is focused on PCDH19. Prax 090 is designed to address SYNGAP1 loss of function mutations. Prax 100 for SCN2A loss of function mutations. Amazing. Amazing. Does this guarantee that Praxis and Stoke will announce a candidate and prosecute it as aggressively as CAMP4 has? No. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe they'll be faster. Maybe not. Who knows? But the fact that three publicly traded companies put in these investor-facing reports that they're all working on SYNGAP1 should give a lot of hope to families. And I want to underscore that CAMP4 mentioned us by name, right? Do not think for 1 nanosecond we are out of the woods. Do not think for 1 nanosecond we are out of the woods. The fact that these things are happening should make you want to double down and fundraise and volunteer more with Cure Gap 1, not less. Because the amount of work that lies ahead to get through phase 1, 2, to get through phase 3, to do access, to argue about the pricing, to ensure that Medicaid covers the drugs, to unify the community, to support new patients, to understand what modified patients need, to understand what adjunctive therapies, other drugs, kids who have received these ASOs need. The amount of work ahead of us is ginormous, friends. And we are all in this for life together. So please do your bake sales, buy your Girl Scout cookies, send your check to the PTA, whatever. If you've got a Syngapian, you have got to see this news and understand that Cure Syngap 1 is effective and is working for you. And you need to work with us and help us raise more money to do more work to make all of this go faster. There is so much going on. I want to also mention KCNT1 today received an FDA approval for a drug. KCNT1 was terrible developmental, an epileptic encephalopathy, terrible disease, very high mortality rate. And the leader of that is a dear friend of mine, Dr. Justin West, it's his story to tell. But fierce advocacy has played a huge role in that drug getting to this point, and will do it, and will be a huge part of everything that comes next. So I just want to announce, it's incredible what Praxis and Stoke and CAMP4 especially are doing right now, and it is true that the fact that they have Cure Gap 1 as a partner is a reason why it is happening. So if you're a family out there, take a moment, do some fundraising. How are you going to do fundraising? How are you going to explain to your donors, to your friends, to your family, how important this organization is and why they should write a check? Well, funny you should ask. The last link in my show notes before I get to the usual stuff, we recorded a video at the last conference. We gave all these families a chance to come in and record themselves. And then we paid somebody to make a big long video and they got it kind of right. So we went through the whole thing. We went through all the raw footage. We gave them other clips. We had them do it again, polished it a little bit. And we finally released that video just the other day. The link is dead simple, curesyngap1.org/syngap1. And that will point you to our YouTube channel where that is a featured movie. Here's the deal, guys. curesyngap1.org/syngap1. Take that link, text it to your friends, to your family, to anyone you know who ever has given a charitable donation in their life, and say, please donate to Cure Syngap 1. curesyngap1.org/ you guessed it, donate. And let them watch this video. Watch this video tonight with your friends and your families and your other kids. Put it on YouTube. Check it out. It's incredible. It's incredible. It tells the story of our disease. It tells the story of our organization, and it tells the story of hope and why we're all here working together. And this YouTube episode is a perfect place for me to mention that and this. Speaking of hope, in 20 days we're going to have a big fundraiser in San Francisco, the SF Night of Impact. If you can make it, if you're near San Francisco, please come. In 148 days, the scramble will be in South Carolina. If you have a patient and you're seeing doctors, make sure they include your ICD-10 code F78.A1. I want to mention PubMed is at 28. I have 10 seconds left for this. There's a really cool paper in here about ADHD that just came on the wire. Check that out. Social media, make sure your friends and family are following us on LinkedIn and YouTube. See you soon. This has been episode 207 of the Cure Gap 1 podcast, and it's an exciting day.